guys. So this is going to be lesson 12.2 in your book. Again, we are working on line plots and analyzing data. My son Seamus is videoing me and he has really bad allergies, so he may sneeze throughout. So you're going to have to ignore that. Okay, so opens up with a solve and share, right? A 5th grade class recommended the height of each student, recorded the height of each student. How could you organize the data? So we learned from last time, and even when we were ordering decimals, that it's always easiest to go from least to greatest or greatest to least. And in this circumstance, I like to go from least to greatest. So all I do is I get myself, it wants a line plot, so I draw a line. And then I look for the lowest value in my data. Searching through, I can clearly see that 50 1/2 is my smallest. Now I look for my largest. And my largest, I can clearly see, is 60. So that's going to go on the other end. Okay, so now I just have to identify the others. I have 50 1/2, which I got. I have 52. I also have 55. And I also have 58 1/2. And oh no, I noticed, I missed one. There is also a 50 here. So I'll just write it right here and continue that line plot. That's an easy fix if you realize that you've forgotten a value. Okay, so now all you have to do is go through and count how many each one appears. So I have a 55 here. That gets a dot. I have a 52. That gets a dot. I have a 50 1/2. That gets a dot. 50 1/2 again. I'm going to put that dot right up on top. Okay? I have a 55, another 55. I have another 50 1/2. So you're going to go through and you are going to count how many of each you have. Okay, so it looks like I have 2 50s. I have 6 50 1/2s. I have 2 52s. 3, 4, 5, 6 55s. I have 2 58 1/2s. And I have 2 60s. Now, if I counted all these dots up, I'm going to come up with 20. And the way to make sure that I've got all of my data accounted for is I can go through here and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. If I only had 19, I know I would have missed something, right? So you can sync up to make sure that you've gotten them all. Okay, so how does organizing the data help you see the height that occurs most often? So all I need to do now is look at, well, which one has the most dots? Mostly 50 1/2 and 55 are the most common heights. Okay, why would that even matter? Well, let's say you're making something like the height of a scooter handle or the height of a kid workbench, right? You would want to make enough kid workbenches or enough scooters for the people that are most commonly going to buy them. That's how industry tries to analyze and gather data so that they can make products for the people who need them the most. Okay, so let's go on to guided practice. In the line plot of dog weights on the previous page, so that would be the visual learning that you're supposed to look. Visual learning. Okay, so here we're talking about dog weights on this page. What does each dot represent? So what does each of these dots represent? Each dot represents a dog. Because in this case, they were looking at the weights of dogs. In a line plot, how do you determine the values to show on the number line? Okay, so the number line must include the least and the greatest. Okay, so how do you pick what values to show? So each value shows when something happens, right? We didn't have any dogs that were 7, so we're not going to put it on there. You're only picking data that is on the data table to put on your line. Okay, so for number 3, we are actually going to draw a plot to represent this data. So again, start with your line. look at your lowest value, 3.5. Look at your highest value, 8.5. Fill in the rest. I have 5 1/4, and then I have 7. Okay, so here, this person did a tally. They counted, so that makes our job really easy, right? So we only have to put 2 dots, the 2 tallies. Frequency is 2. 5 1/4 has 3 frequencies. 7 has 4, and 8.5 only has 1. Okay? So in that case, that's how you would do it. And you could really see that 7 is the most common weight of a pumpkin. All right, one more. We're going to do independent practice, okay? For number 4. It says complete the line plot for each set of data. So now they're giving you values that aren't exactly on the number line. So you're going to have to use these little in-between dots to help you. So 11 1/4. All right, this is cut into 4 lines, so that would go here. 11 1/4, that would go here. My bad. Ignore that. Okay, 12
Do you want me to zoom in on that?
No, that's okay. 12 1/2. Okay. 11 1/4 again. 14 3/4. Let's call that one 14 3/4. 10 1/2. 11 1/4. And 12. Okay? That's how you would plot that data. Remember, that was like a mistake. I'm sorry. Okay, and here you can see the most common value in this set is 11 1/2. And that's how you go about making a line plot. Okay, so do the independent practice or practice buddy, and I expect to see your answers tomorrow. Okay, good luck. Bye.